I have spent most of the last year learning, struggling, and often fighting with AI. During this time, I almost totally stopped working on anything else. As you can see, I haven't published many videos on this channel either. The last video was published like 6 months ago. Recently, I was thinking, what are the most important things I have learned so far that I can share with you? If anyone else undertakes this journey, they might get a summary of what lies ahead from this video, right? That's the purpose of this video today. I want to share the most impactful things about working with AI that I have learned over the course of this year. Many of these insights took months to discover after many hours of endless troubleshooting and research. Please note that as I work in the realm of content creation and marketing, most of what I will be sharing here will be very useful, most useful for similar professionals. But the overall infrastructure of it all is the same for almost any work involving applied AI. So let's get started. So the first knowledge that I want to share with you today, the knowledge number one is we have to go beyond the chat window. And to go beyond using AI only through chat windows, like how we use ChatGPT or Gemini, you must learn Agentic AI workflow development or AI automation. This is where the most action will be over the next 5 to 10 years. And mastering this one skill, which combines many sub skills, will transform every aspect of how you work. And literally, actually, your mind will always like think and keep thinking like how to what more can you automate, and what more value can automation bring to your work, right? So that brings us to the knowledge number two, the best way to build AI automations. The easiest way to start with AI automation is by using drag and drop node-based platforms. We are seeing the entire industry move this way. Even OpenAI recently launched their Agent Kit, the drag and drop workflow builder, and Google launched a similar project earlier called Opal. As you can see, this is also the drag and drop system because things becomes much easier in this way. You do not have to code all the scaffolding and all the nitty-gritty details just to build a new workflow, right? So while you have heard of Make or Zapier, the one that has the dev community buzzing is N8N. Because it's open source, its flexibility is incredible. You can host N8N on your own computer or a cloud server, allowing for deep customization. For example, you can easily set up N8N to work directly with FFmpeg for video editing or ImageMagick for image processing. With Make or Zapier, you can't do that without relying on third-party APIs that cost extra money. Here's a pro tip. If you host N8N on Oracle's always free tier, you get unlimited free AI automations. It's a unique combination because other cloud providers offer very limited free resources, not enough for N8N. The setup can be a bit complex in case of Oracle Cloud instance setting up, and also like using a Docker image to install N8N in that host. But easier alternatives like railway.com and render.com exist. If you're willing to pay for convenience, they have a ready-made template for N8N that you can just, instead of like creating your own, manually creating your own Docker image and Docker files, etc. They have the template. You just click and it installs that on their host, but it pays some monthly fee. On the other hand, there's always the option to like use the mothership, the N8N cloud, N8N.io. There's the actual original N8N platform that you can access for 20 if you pay annually, $20 per month, but for monthly it will take you like 24. But you will probably have 14 days of a free trial with this. So that's that. Now the most crucial question is, how do you learn N8N? Straight answer: learn from Nick Saraev or the RoboNuggets YouTube channel, or combine both of them together. RoboNuggets is more for video and image automation, but the basics of the workflow development are actually the same. So these two channels are kind of goes into details of how to work with N8N and build workflows, right? I'll link to their channels in the description. Once you have the basics, start building. Here's my process. Use Google AI Studio. Now, why Google AI Studio? Because Google AI Studio gives you unlimited access actually to their most state-of-the-art models and without any subscription. Other than that, you can also use Gemini or ChatGPT. Oh, sorry, I missed Cloud. Google AI Studio, what happens is that the Gemini models, I feel that they explain difficult topics much easier than some of their counterparts. That's why I use Google AI Studio and I recommend it to you as well. Just ask it for an automation idea and tell it to explain the N8N setup for you step by step as if you were a 5-year-old. Then just follow along. But always be ready to troubleshoot at least 5 errors at every node that you set up. Only then will you learn the nitty-gritty details of how this all works. Now, let's move on to the knowledge number 3. Centralize your API keys. Once you are building automations, you will need API keys, a lot of them. The best place to centralize this is with API aggregators. Instead of getting keys from every developer, like the base model developers like OpenAI or Grok, you will get all their models through one single API setup. The best ones to know are OpenRouter, mostly for LLM and text models. They have all the variations versions. They also have a few image models, I think, but they're the largest collection of text-based LLM models. But as you can see, there are a few vision models, image models, audio, flash audio models. And for like if you are heavy on image and video or code development, then you'll need to have an account with Replicate. Now there are some similar alternatives to Replicate like Fall AI, Kia AI, Replicate, Fall AI, Kia AI. All of these platforms have all the APIs aggregated into one place that you can use access by having this one account and pay per API call, and the pricing is mostly like same as with the original actual API providers. If you're using a Gemini model, the price for Gemini, if you're using API from Google or if you're using API from Replicate, usually the same price it stays actually. But be mindful that sometimes cutting edge features are sometimes only available on the official API. For example, when Grok 4 Fast was new on OpenRouter, its reasoning capability was not immediately available. I still needed the actual Grok API key for that. So that's something to be aware of. And as we are already at it, here's some additional bits of knowledge nuggets for you that you might find useful. The cheapest image API on Replicate is Puna AI's deployment of High Dream Fast model. Let me show you. If you go to Replicate, High Dream Fast, this one. See, it's so cheap. 0.0051. It's not even a cent per image generation. So, although depending on the complexity of the prompt etc, the pricing may a bit of go high and low. And the cheapest text to speech API that you can use here is Kokoro. Kokoro's deployment from it's even cheaper, 0.0032 per run. And exact currently I can't remember the exact character limitation per run, but it's quite good actually. And you can probably see 3025 runs per $1. You can probably text to speech entire audiobook for $1, and they have some good voices.
Hi, I'm Kokoro, a text-to-speech voice crafted by Hexgrad, based on style TTS2.
Anyways, let's move on. When it comes to voice cloning, the best model that I have found, open source one, is the Vibe Voice from Microsoft. Here's the secret. Although Microsoft removed their large 7 billion parameter model from their GitHub repo, it is still available on Running Hub and some other places, which we'll be talking again later. For the absolute best quality though, you have to go with 11 Labs or Play HD. I have tested many others and they are not that good. For your AI avatar, your go-to should be Hagen. No other platform works as well. But if you love open source, then WAN Infinite Talk workflow in Comfy UI is the thing you need. You can also try WAN Animate. This brings me to my most important discovery. If you want the full freedom of open source image and video models, you must use Comfy UI. If you have a powerful GPU like an RTX 4090 or 5090, you are lucky. But if you're like me among the GPU poors, the hands down best and most affordable option is Running Hub AI. It took me months of research and experimentation to find this. I can't express, it's difficult to express my initial struggles while trying to learn Comfy UI. I used to run Comfy UI on RunPod and Fast AI, then had to download all the models, LoRa's, VAEs, and text encoders separately from multiple repos on Hugging Face and GitHub, and then stitch them all together, let alone managing the nodes. Phew, man. Thank dear Lord, I discovered Running Hub. It literally saved my life actually, and it's much more affordable than other cloud Comfy UI providers. And you know what? Most fantastic with Running Hub, your whole AI stack comes full circle as you can connect your Comfy UI with N8N easily using the Running Hub API. And the documentation and usability is also quite robust and quite thorough, I must say. If you compare with other providers, suddenly you have a compact, complete, and comprehensive creative AI tech stack. Crazy, isn't it? Now let's get to the knowledge number 6. Know which AI model to use. Now, with so many models and every newer upgrades are coming every now and then, how do you know which one to use? That's where benchmarks come in. These are the 3 that I use mostly because they're easy to follow and are quite comprehensive. So note down these URLs. LM Arena, go to lmarena.ai and go to their leaderboard, and you have all the top AI models that are ranking for various tasks. Then the second one is artificial analysis, artificialanalysis.ai. This one is also very comprehensive. Lots of leaderboards, lots of filters, lots of ways to look at things, price, speed, and whatnot. Then there comes another interesting thing that I occasionally use is EQ Bench. As I work, in writing, this EQ Bench sometimes helps me decide. They have specific benchmarks for long form and creative writing, so that you can also check out from time to time. And the most difficult one so far is arcprice.org. That is the arc AGI test, the test for like when will the AGI might arrive. So the leaderboard, if you go there, you will find the leaderboard here. ArcAGI. This is kind of a specialized benchmark, but helps if you keep track of how overall in the race to AGI, which models are leading right now, right? So I'll link to all these 3 in the description below. Knowledge number 7, and this is probably the last knowledge of this video, is fine tuning is and can be a superpower. But for text models, fine tuning is a bit technically involved process. And also for most use cases, the base models are quite good now if you can prompt and give the directions well of how you want it to be. And when you have N8N, you can iterate through the same text through multiple prompts and multiple models to get an output that's like quite ingenious, right? But for images though, you must use fine tuning, and the easiest way to fine tune your model on the go is to use LoRa's. What are LoRa's? They are called low ranking adaptations. So let's not go into all the technical details. Simply put, LoRa's enable you to fine tune a base model. They are a lifesaver, when it comes to getting specific styles from your image generators. For finding LoRa's, you need these platforms. Note down Pivot AI and Tensor.art. They are the repository of all the fine-tuned models, fine-tuned LoRa's and workflows that you can possibly think of and imagine when it comes to generating images and videos, and fine-tuning using your image models and video models for fine-tuned purposes. Take, for example, any stylistics details, any kind of genre you might want to explore, etc. These 2 websites is your friend. You will find all types of LoRa's to make the base model output exactly the kind of images you need. For open source image models, although Flux is popular, I have found Qwen to do wonders, especially with a realistic LoRa that I have. Anyways, Flux is good too, but getting fingers and toes right can be a headache. For Comfy UI workflows, your best free resources are the official Comfy org website, docs.comfy.org. Here you will have all the details of how to use and all the basic workflows. They keep on updating this page with latest models and versions. Apart from that, the Civit AI that I earlier showed, Civit AI and TensorArt is also a very rich repository of Comfy UI workflows. Then there is another website called openart.ai, which is also a place where creators share workflows, Comfy UI workflows. Although they have taken all the pains to hide this, worked quite hard to hide this here. I don't know why. Anyways, but if you are using Running Hub, the fortunate and the happy coincidence is that they also have all the workflows available here that you can just directly plug and play into the Comfy UI running on your Running Hub AI account. Running Hub also has all the most used workflows that are ready to load on Comfy UI. So that's it actually. These are some of the key discoveries from my deep dive into AI this past year. Mastering these will take you from a casual user to a true AI builder. All the links are in the description below. If the video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.